Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is my fourth match of League. Second to last of the round robin portion. Facing off here against Sicomatic. We're going to be looking at, I don't know if you go here if you do Silos Chapel or just do the Page Chapel. I mean, obviously, there's some nice things about having silos with Chapel. Some very, very nice things. So I probably would do that. Of course, you can just high roll with your page and be happy. But I'm going to go for the little bit more, I suppose, consistent thing. But it does delay the page potentially by quite a bit, actually. Wow, I don't even like that at all. I wouldn't even think about doing spices on the 5-2, to be honest. I actually hate that. Is there any advantage to doing this? Gonna draw 3. I mean, there'll still be 5. I don't like the spices at all. I don't get it. I hate it, in fact. Let me think. You discard 3, you draw 3. There'll still be 5 cards in the discard. So that's terrible. Okay, I figured it out. This is terrible if you don't find the chapel. This is pretty okay, and then they'll buy Silos the next time. I will be ahead on trashing, of course. I think this is an easy Silos. I don't know. But then I get Page here. Obviously they have money, more money than me. But it's not a huge deal. Do I get second page? I mean, what am I buying? This is sort of donate-ish in the sense that I can chart out what I'm doing here for the next couple turns. Like I could get Vassal, which would allow a 5 by. And wouldn't be terrible. Or I can go for the page and get the Vassal next turn. It will go this way. There's also something to be said for keeping the deck smaller than the warrior can hit. At least I'm a little bit worried about that. Um, not, not quaking in my boots over it. But. So I'm gonna be able to get probably 2 silvers, but at least 1. So they should get the hero. I mean, they'll get champion online first, though. It's like they're not super different. I mean, it's just the first player timing, right? 2 pages seems a little bit aggressive to me, but maybe it's just an attempt to really make me sad about the. I should think a little bit about when I expose as far as the. Because I can trash 3 here. And it's not a big deal. Otherwise, the warrior, I mean, it's just whether, I mean, something will get hit. The only thing that I'm really okay with getting hit is the. Well, really, I would rather not have the 3s get hit. I guess I could have done this in a different order, but I don't think it mattered a whole lot. Because they can play the warrior for. I mean, if I had left multiple cards, it would have flipped all of them. Probably. If I had done the play order differently there a little bit, I maybe could have gotten away with not trashing another silver, but as it was, I don't think it was the thing to do. I don't know how this is all gonna go down though. I do think I'm probably in a losing position right now. But there's a lot of play, so plenty of time for people to mess up. The timing on like replace and stuff isn't super clear to me. Like I might just take one now, even though I can't play it. So like the more clear buy is like a spices or something. Though the even more clear buy may just be nothing. Don't know yet. I'm gonna have quite a bit of money. I guess I can choose not to play the treasure hunter. This is gonna become a little bit awkward. Then get the citadel here. Yeah, this all looks pretty nice for Sicko. And pretty awkward for me. I'm not sure how to navigate this exactly. You just go for it and buy well, that's something. Go for it and buy Citadel. Hope we draw the hero in 3 cards. Yeah, this is the problem. So now they probably get my here or get my warrior as well, which is pretty unfortunate. They're gonna, I mean, I assume they'll get to play a couple pages and then the Warriors. So they're gonna see 3 of the cards. So unless the Warriors bottom deck, they're gonna hit it. Oh, they didn't draw either. Okay, well that does help a little bit. Not hugely, but a little bit. I'm not sure what to go on by now. Like, it's either the replace now or a while. I think I'm gonna go for the replace. This warrior may be pretty friendly to me. Yeah, like losing that silver is fine. The more problematic thing is just gonna be they draw the wild hunts on the champion. They probably go wild hunt replace here, if I had to guess. But you can also double wild hunt. I would do the replace, given that I have the warriors and the pages. Like, you have a pretty good shot of just being able to trash silver to top and draw it. Yeah, I like those buys a lot for Sicomatic. I mean, and I guess you can buy page. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hurt you. They buy Vassal, which I'm not as crazy about. I don't think they need the money. This is like a draw and gaining thing at this point. I'm pretty down on the Vassal. To be honest. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I'm happy they bought a Vassals, because that's not good for them, I don't think. But they don't have any of the silvers in hand, which is nice. This is a little awkward, right? Because if I'm going to top deck 2 things here, that part's good. Probably one of them needs to be an acting tree. I hate this Vassals. I don't get it at all. Excuse me. Pardon me. I might be able to Citadel my champion. Boy, that would be exciting. I guess both of us are likely to be able to. So, like, top deck double wild hunt is just super asking to be sad. So we're gonna not do that, but now of course it's not a super great. This is kind of funny here. Like, obviously what would have been great is to have drawn the champion the previous turn so that we get the double, get a double wild hunt. But I will say that I think you can. So now it doesn't matter, right? Whichever one I play first gets played twice, and then the actions never matter. You gotta play a champion twice, right? So that it's so that you really get pretend items on the board. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I'd known champion was not down here in the bottom 3, then I would have just top decked 2 wild hunts. But that was not an option available to me. So like now, Sicko can always just replace and have wild hunts on top, and or you know. So they're getting a little vassal synergy. I mean, it's fine. It's not exciting to me, but it's fine. There's still some stuff here. It's possible for the 3 piles to work out in my favor. If not likely, it's at least possible. Are they gonna draw on to play this stuff? I can believe that the way my path to doing this stuff was just wrong. And just taking the points there, just from their position, probably reasonable. I think this is easy triple wild hunt. There's no reason to leave more in the pile. I mean, I'm not piling out, so I would take 3 wild hunts here in a heartbeat. Then there's just no path for me. Won't have the draw. And then obviously it helps you kick off the next turn too, so I can't imagine anything else you can gain mid-turn, which is true of the wild hunts as well, but you can deny me. Yeah, this looks, I think I didn't like the spices. I still think that probably slows you down on average, but everything else I really liked from them. I guess I complain about the vassals, but they were okay-ish. I mean, you can, yeah, I mean, the $2 is whatever. It's fine. Let's see how many actions I can get. I guess there's no real reason to play the acting troop. Maybe it's a replace target or something. If we think silver is better than we think silver's better. I guess I put a, this is so sad. Look at all the actions I have though. Boom, even more actions. Doesn't really make sense for me to take an estate here, but I probably will. I don't know that there's anything that what does a dud play for look like? I mean, it's like buy estates, right? Or probably. I just play for dud right now, right? There's nothing else that makes any sense. So what does dud play for look like for me? Like maybe Spice's estate. This will lose. Like they're gonna have the draw almost certainly. I guess I could go double Spice's estate, which is also something I can think about doing. Because if they draw, they win anyway. It doesn't matter if I lower the Spices. They have the hero and they have the replaces. Guess that's a question. I probably get there. I mean, if they, well, how many buys am I up to? Probably the draw is a little better. Right? I'm up to 4 spices and two replaces, so I already have the gains. Well, they have the wild hunt. I think what I did is correct, though. I mean, obviously, I think it has a really small chance of success, but I think it is correct. I can't really. I have a hard time imagining how it couldn't just already be in hand. But I'll wait. Okay. But I mean, they certainly had enough stop cards where a dud was possible. I guess one. I didn't low him that far. I didn't low him so far that like a hand of spices would pile out the estates, so that was still okay. That was still fine. The in favor. What do we got? Oh no, we can discard. This is a pretty ally-ish board. I guess you're trying to hit 5 here pretty badly. Or both counterfeit and displace. And Hunter eventually. You can do Fool for that. It's pretty good with displace. Not a huge fan of this skull gulp. I mean, you can do skull opening. I don't know. Getting a pickpockets is gonna make Fool a little more awkward to use. I don't know how to consider lucky coin here. You could have done, I guess, merchant on your 3. I mean, if you eventually have a guild master, then you can use Fool fine in a fine fashion. Probably. We'll see if they go for something else. I think merchant is fine. I did forget about the lucky coin. I mean, obviously merchant's not like a second silver. It could easily be better, but it doesn't seem crazy to want the other thing. I guess if I'm not ready to take more silvers here, I can discard the lucky coin. And this is still guaranteed to hit 5. I agree with the counterfeit. I guess second 5 is a little bit tougher. I'll probably do displace, though I think you could argue for any of counterfeit or hunter. I don't think guildmaster yet, but maybe guildmaster never, but I will probably spin the favor and take a hunter here. I can believe in a second counterfeit too. And maybe I should be getting that over hunter, but this was depressing, but this is just awful, right? I mean, I guess we get to make the counter or the estates miss. I don't know. It's pretty bad. The Ironmonger bottom deck is pretty bad. Discard. I don't know what order you play these things in. I guess you're just trying to, well, now I'm just trying to find the, I was trying to find the displace, of course, but that didn't happen. So do we go more hunters or do we go a counterfeit, another counterfeit? And I think I just like more hunters at this point. This is frustrating. I'm gonna discard displaced a gang of pickpockets. This is so sad. I don't deserve it. Maybe I do. I probably do. So we go, yeah, I'll discard him by Ironmonger. It's not great. I guess I'm still like buying the fives and they mostly haven't. So there is that. I have 5 fives or 4 fives and they have 1. That's something. Maybe I'm complaining for no reason. I haven't really been paying attention to Sicko's draws, so maybe they're just like super worse. There's museum and fairgrounds. I don't, it's whatever. You got the stuff to make whatever VP things work. What am I? Yeah, this shuffle. Shuffle was depressing. It would have been pretty not depressing if the hunter had found displaced. That would have been a pretty good shuffle. But so be it. It's funny, the ironmongers are not important. Like Sicko is really slamming them, and maybe that's just the money he has. Like if you have 9, obviously ironmonger, but they don't matter. I mean, they're not. You don't need villages here, not really. They're of course a fine card, but they're not critical. Again, this is fine. I mean, obviously now I want to see hunters at the top of my shuffles if possible, but I should think here a little bit about. I mean, Ironmonger is probably just forever better than Merchant. Oh, I could have displaced the silver. That was another option. I do like having the displace. Who wouldn't? I am gonna be a little bit behind in deck size stuff probably soon enough. The counterfeit plays. I mean, I only have played it once, right? Big yikes. Guess we toss. This is one of those times where I should like know what the last card is, but I don't. This is sad. Maybe I shouldn't have triggered at all here. I didn't think super long and hard about it, but I still have 2 estates down in here. The 100, yeah, whatever. There's a couple iron mark. Yeah, that was just rotten. What do we have money wise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it have 9? But unless we trash the silver, is that right? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we should probably trash the silver. I don't think I care about. I don't think I care about having the Ironmonger. Just this thing again, which is depressing. There is a bit of a problem with the Hunters, of course, which is that they're a terrible card and it's the worst draw card ever printed. But other than that, they're okay here. I have to like keep some amount of green in my card deck, which is okay because you can go back and forth between province and fairgrounds on your displace play, and that's actually pretty good. I expect them to take I guess they're still in a spot where that makes sense. So we're gonna trigger this. It's probably okay to trigger, and there's like some reasonably good upside for it. There's always a world I can draw. I'm gonna try and be a little greedy. I mean, the trash of the silver wasn't gonna be super exciting anyway. I would like to start doing fairgrounds, province, fairgrounds, back and forth stuff, which is really nice with this place. But these are nice hunters. I wonder what that's like. What were my? I think one of my hunters was probably pretty okay. I don't know. This is gonna be triple action and then no, I think I'm likely to get action treasure off these. I better get it at least most of the time. Or we're gonna have to write a letter to somebody. Sternly worded. The skulk was probably not correct. I'll admit that it seems likely that I should have gotten just a merchant. Nonetheless, Sicko still doesn't spend their favor. What a statement. What a power move. I still don't know the order on this stuff, to be perfectly honest. I'm a bit confused by it in general. I think the fairgrounds is fine. I mean, we're not piling out yet, so it seems a little premature, but obviously I get the idea because it's a thing I would like to do as well. But all right, let's look at the money a little bit. At some point it'll be fine to play Lucky Coin, but I don't know that I'm there yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I could go Hunter Fairgrounds too. Seems okay-ish. Hopefully I don't draw, hopefully I don't have anything to get to that hunter, and this is the end of their whatever they're doing. I could totally believe that it's early for me to take fairgrounds too. Again, the piles are not really there yet. On the other hand, adding green to the deck is not so bad given the draw cards here. So there's also that. And it would be okay to start doing Fairgrounds province stuff. I wouldn't complain if I got to displace the Fairgrounds into a province. I don't think you buy province. I think that would be a mistake. I think you just take a hunter and a merchant, I guess. I don't like that. I don't know, like, what is it? Hopefully these are mistakes and they get punished, but we'll see. We'll simply have to see. I guess there is something to be said for, well, like if we counterfeit silver, who cares? If we don't get another copper. This is kind of funny, Hunter. Should we trash the copper? We gotta count money. I guess we could go super hard in the paint. That's basketball. I don't know anything about basketball. We could go super counterfeity. Is the last card coin or whatever it's called? Lucky thing? Lucky coin? What's the money situation here? I mean, I think I would really just like 11 again. Is pretty okay. IMO. So I don't have to, like, really kill myself here. If we counterfeit the copper and counterfeit the silver, that's pretty good. And it should get to 11 easily, right? 7, 5. Yeah. Famine? What's famine do? Okay, I guess that's good. Can't complain too much about it. At some point, I guess you have to figure out if there's like a unique that you need to add, but surely not now. Do you toss? Now, do I pickpocket down the fairgrounds in hopes that I find province with this place or something? You know, or there's not another fairgrounds, but you know what I mean? Or do we toss down the lucky coin? The Ironmonger hitting there, that's nice. What are we at? I don't think we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have merch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm at 11. Does that all? Let's see if we can count up the points. 22 plus 8. That's 30 plus 6. That's 36. Oh no. Did already? I think I must have missed something. I mean, I know there's the estates. That's 39. There must be another unique somewhere. Did I miss the lucky coin? I must have missed the lucky coin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lucky coin 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12. So there's 20. Okay. 12 uniques right now. The really sad thing here would be to like buy, you know, hunter and draw and not like find the displace, but not anything to do with it. We don't know. I don't know that we can really use the second counterfeit all that well at this point. I guess we keep it. That's a little bit of a sad draw, but Sicko didn't really do much on their turn. I mean, nothing scary anyway. So the question is, are we interested in boosting the uniques here? Like Duchy Merchant. It scores 4 points and obviously gives us more options on the... When it scores more than 4 points, it scores 7 points. And gives us more options on the other stuff. So that's cool. And we're just one away from Power Fairgrounds. That's what I call them, Power Fairgrounds. I don't call them that. Okay, so like Guildmaster is probably the most likely, but if you had to, it could be a Cursor Fool, right? Is that the limit? I mean, it's unlikely to be dismantled. Maybe if you're like gain and play, but I'm not gonna draw a deck, so that's sort of crazy. But yeah, you could imagine that, I guess. Otherwise, there's only 6, 7, 18. I guess it's possible to get a Wisp, so 19, but that's still not 20, so anyway. We're good on any of Curse or Dismantler Fool or Guildmaster. They get the Skulk there, which is nice, of course. The ending will be a bit funky because you won't necessarily... I guess you probably just won't even draw to do the exciting stuff, but I don't know at which point... I don't know the deck composition well enough to know whether I should have like tossed that stuff. This is awful, of course. We could get a Merchant, but I think probably Ironmonger. I don't think I got a single triple this game. I'm not sure where the copper stuff is sitting exactly. I got two all action and then all treasure. Not 2 all action, but I mean 2 1 card. Just I hate this card so much. I'm not even joking at this point. I'm not that serious, but it's so bad. It makes me so angry. Well, as angry as I get anyway, which isn't necessarily super angry. So I could take the curse now. It's not insane. It might not be good, but it's not insane. That's not maybe the best timing for it, but it's not terrible timing for it. You know what's gonna happen? My Skulk is gonna do like Plague or something. It's gonna be... Obviously, there's like a Dream Skulk where you like Locust, I don't know, whatever they have it, like they're displaced or something. Or a Duchy if they have a Duchy. I'm gonna look at their hunters and then complain about my luck, just to occupy myself. So they get 2, then they get 3, then they get 2. That's pretty cool. Those seem like pretty cool hunter hands to have, I would say. It's like pretty it seems like a good $5 card. I should pick some copies of it up. This is interesting. I mean, it is kind of funny that you get some top deck inspection, but then you don't exactly know what to do with it with the hunters. I guess fortunately, I don't believe Sicko is very likely to triple province. So I probably can't take the provinces because I think that would just expose too easy of a potential pile out for me. Though obviously, I just have a lot of the draw left. I mean, 1, 2. Play before the hunter, so there should still be one down in here. I mean, I guess there's a world where Sicko has 16 and can displace into province. That's not impossible on big counterfeit plays. I mean, they did get like super good draws. They have the gold and stuff. The only question is whether those points make up for the loss of the or potentially museum and fairground stuff. So, but they're lowering, so I assume it just works. Because otherwise, I don't think you would lower. I assume they just have it in hand. But maybe they're checking now. This is a weird time to check after you've done the province already. I can also totally draw badly enough to not double. That's not out of the question at all. Since I'm reliant on finding hunters and stuff. So they didn't go for the finish, which maybe they didn't have the money for. They had... I think they had the money, right? They played 2 silvers and they were at 5, 6. I guess not. What do we discard here? This is not clear to me actually at all, but this is a good start. I mean, obviously double province is just easy win. Well, easy win depending on unique stuff a little bit. Because that's also potentially awkward for me. No. Where's the displace? I cannot do it. I cannot do it, people. Big breaths. Take big breaths or something. Sicko still hasn't spent their thing. That's incredible. I'm gonna scream. This is like the deck composition down here. There's like 4 hunters in these 12 cards. This is most of the Ironmongers. I did find. I mean, the Ironmonger hits were fortunate, so that stuff was pretty fortunate. But this was not. This was the opposite of fortunate. This was disaster times. Oh well, I guess I could counterfeit the... I mean, I'm going to have to think a little bit about the money here. And Sicko doesn't really have a draw, right? They play their hunters. Maybe they have 1 hunter left. No, I think they only have 3, right? So they don't... They play... Maybe their hand is just already stopped. I gotta think about that. I don't have to think about it. I think it's true. I mean, they can have some Ironmongers. And likely do, but there's at least a little bit of stoppage there. I mean, if they can do double hunter fairgrounds, what am I? Can double province? Like, that's similar enough. I think that I don't need to play around that. But just buy fairgrounds? Did that lower my score or not? I need to... I just need to check. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I didn't. It's a little scummy. I guess I take the estate. It's probably not helpful or harmful. Probably pretty much immaterial. This is so depressing. At least I don't have the sadness of drawing the yeah, they were stopped. That's cool. What do I have down in here? I said there were 4 hunters, but there's also displaces down in here, and then the coin. But anyway, there's not a lot of treasure, unfortunately, so the hunters are gonna be probably pretty sad. I'm not sure on the discard here exactly, but I guess it's probably gotta be curse. See the I mean, it's fine except that it's terrible. This is getting close. This should win, right? Yeah, this wins. Unless I'm really bad at counting, but I think I'm not. Oh, but wait. I have a lucky coin. It wasn't really the end. Okay, I guess that's fine. And by that I mean, no, that's pretty much all I mean. In the end, the hunters did what I needed. Barely. They tried to not do what I needed, but they got there for me in the end. So, all right, Hunter, you get past that, but only because I won the game. That's the only reason. Okay, so there's just like Hermit Bridge Trolls and Madman stuff. What is them? If you discard this from when you discard this from play, if you didn't buy it. What is the new? There's like some. I don't know. What is? What do all these cards do? Sicomatic has a 5/2 again. It's fine. It's okay, but not world changing here. What does Courier do? Do I just do Courier? Do this card plus Hermit? Courier, Hermit, Courier. Maybe it's an engineer. I guess you can do engineer stuff with Bridge Troll with Hermit. Maybe. Or duplicate. Maybe it's a duplicate. There's different ways to make the stuff all work. I guess I maybe should have gone engineer over courier. I guess. I don't know. I do hit 5 here, which is cool. That's kind of lucky. And by kind of, I mean that's quite lucky. There's also a world where I play the Hermit, which would also be lucky, though not super, super lucky because I wouldn't trash anything. But, you know, I would still take it. I wonder if Sicko, I guess Sicko's pretty likely to still be able to hit 5 with the thing. as long as they're paying off the debt here. So I'm either just all in on hermits, like they probably, I mean, surely they have 5. They must. It's either like all in on hermits or an engineer to try and that be more hermits, I guess. Try and have that be more hermits. Those are the options as I see it. But how many times do you have to play engineer before it makes up for the hermit you're just not buying right now? Like if you just trash it right away, it's not any better, and you miss out on some opportunities to trash whatever they are. I'm gonna keep buying hermits. I think you just need to do that. I assume they're either gonna like buy Bridge Troll now or take the last hermit. This will be, I guess, a few vassals, or if I don't hit the... I mean, I'll take the last hermit if it's still there. So they got some madmen. I don't know what this game looks like long term, because I can store up, but I have to buy duplicates. I gotta buy... I guess I could buy engineer. I mean, I have to afford Bridge Troll once. I do like my position, actually. Though I'm a bit worried I'm going to botch it up. But I do like my spot. Okay, so Sicomatic gets another Bridge Troll, which seems good. There's still 5 hermits in deck, and I believe I have... I guess I have 3 of them. So went 6-4 on that split. I mean, I'm gonna play this, of course. I say of course, I guess I didn't have to. I'm gonna not play that hermit or that madman. I'm gonna not play it. We'll need to. We gotta either. I'm not sure exactly how to do the big finish, and it may just be angling for a Dutchy one. If these piles are gone, I don't necessarily have to angle for doing a province thingy. They still have 2 madmen. I have 2 madmen. Oh, they have 1 madman. They do have the copper trashing, which is quite nice. I should probably. I gotta think now. The play might be for me to just play. Oh, that doesn't work. I was thinking just play courier, but that doesn't work. It discards. So yeah. That doesn't make any sense. So we'll play the madman. Definitely should have. Or should have isn't the word here. If there had been a card left, then you could think about not triggering it and just playing the courier to play the bridge troll, whatever. And gain something with Hermit. And gain like a duplicate with Hermit and then get a madman. But I would say I'm fragile because of the lack of copper trashing. I'm much more exposed to bad shuffles than they are. And I just have a fatter deck in general. Though, of course, the vassals aren't necessarily. They may cause me action problems later on, but they're not really. They're not really a action problem per se. Though. See, if we return the madman, obviously we'll have a good turn, but we can't actually. If we had 2 bridge trolls in deck, then it would be different. But without the 2 bridge trolls, it just doesn't work the same way. We're still. I guess it's better to put vassals in first before doing the courier. I guess that increases the fish for. Or at least 1 anyway. It increases the search space a little bit. Well, we didn't find it. It's a bummer. I don't know if I lower vassals further here or if that's gonna work against me. They don't really have the gains yet. But we did have the bridge troll hide, unfortunately. I don't know on the play here either if we just. What we do. Because there are some sad potential flips. Like a madman flip on vassal would be really bad. Do I not have any madmen? think I do. They buy Bridge Troll. So, do we play these or not? I don't know. Apparently I chose to do it, but I guess I have 5 now, or 4 now. I could just not press my luck on the next one. And just buy another Bridge Troll. I guess I could have bought a duplicate or something. Okay, no Madman. Yeah, unfortunately, like the Vassal plays of Madman and... Well, Vassal play, I guess it's fine. I take that back. Whatever I was gonna say isn't actually true. I do only have 1 Madman though, right? This may just be play Bridge Troll, play Hermit, gain duplicate, and buys. To be honest, there goes their Madman. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing a big finish. Maybe they have a finish. You'd have to chain quite a few gains, right? If 3 duplicates, that's pretty good. Maybe they win now. I don't know. Not sure where the Hermit situation is for them. This is a little scary. I mean, I could. What do I have in the discard? I can play 2 Bridge Trolls and then Hermit for something. And then in turn. And I could play the Vassal. There's just some chance of it going a little bit south for me. I assume they're just taking a Madman here. They got their duplicates down. And then it's just like, oh, who draws the Madman? And with enough firepower to end it. They're scoring, okay. I think I can outscore that. That changes my thoughts quite a bit, because now I am definitely playing for just a longer game for sure. So it's probably okay to play the Vassal, and even if it flips Madman, it's fine. I only got 1 Bridge Troll, so it's not that scary. Because we would like to play more Hermits here if we can. Which we cannot, but that's alright. I wonder if Annex is safe-ish. What does Annex do? Shuffle all but 5 cards from your discard pile into your deck. Gain a duchy. I don't know that I really have stuff I really want to put in there. I certainly have to play a little more Mega Turn than And Sicko does. I don't know that I have the draw to get there. If we'd found another hermit here, I would feel pretty good. If we had gained 2 duplicates and 2 madmen, I would think we probably win, but I think there are 2 hermits in the bottom here. I couldn't wait another turn. They're not drawing these hermits. I guess unless they annex. What? You could do that actually. Well, no, because they're not. The madmen aren't played at the time of the annex. That doesn't really work. So I don't have to worry about it. They don't have a courier. They can't get them that way. So they didn't play any bridge trolls. Of course, neither did I. Just do double duplicate, right? And then do we annex? It's got to be a little bit better than not annexing, right? No, then the shuffle doesn't have these hermits in it. Yeah, it's gonna be just this. Or the madmen, I mean. Well, they can get a couple duchies, I suppose. Well, I don't even know if they have that much money, but I actually may have completely made it not work for me too. To be honest, I maybe needed to save one of the hermits. I'm not actually sure if I have the gains to do this now or not. Whoops. Though I mean, they're not shuffling still, so it's not, well, duplicate only, they just have to be 6, right? Okay, never mind. For some reason, I was thinking duplicate, you needed them to cost like 4. I was just thinking engineer stuff. Duplicate, it's fine. We're just gonna live or die by. We get a little extra madman search space with the vassals, so that's nice. Even though it. No, I mean it's just more search space. When they miss, then the draw goes down a little bit, but. I guess they're thinking about duchies. I don't know if that defends against my win if they go triple duchy now, I don't know if that blocks it or not. They didn't go triple. So I don't know what order you're I will certainly play that. Yeah. I don't know if I have the gains to win. Maybe it's just a tie. How many buys? I have 7. 7 gains, is that correct? I do still have. I guess I didn't need to play this. Maybe I did. The money doesn't matter. I guess it's just a tie. Though I do still have a madman. And I'm getting down 3 bridge trolls, so that part is pretty good. Wait, they only have 2 duchies. Because they didn't annex. Right, I have 3 duplicates. I guess the stylish thing is actually to not pay off the debt, but I clicked it too fast. Okay, I'll take it. I think the hermit split made that hard. There's certainly draws where I don't get through. I mean, their last reshuffle there wasn't that good, but I don't know. I don't know what they had that would have made it really good. Anyway. So, what do you do here? Just lurker, and then if you don't draw them, just mull a little bit and then buy another lurker. Populate is pretty viable here, but the money is not really there. Guess you could poorhouse and do it. There are some ways to get poorhouses. I don't know, like buying 5. I mean, the other option, of course, is always to go the silver route. But I don't know that it pays off all that excitingly. I just think Mole makes the lurkers a lot less terrible. Because you can, if you don't collide, then you just cycle into buy another lurker, and you just keep doing that until they do start colliding. And once you have a couple of them, you can just spend. I mean, it's not terrible to just buy a city quarter once you have some. It can totally lose to something that does hit 5 and like gets stuff going, but I think it's fine too. I don't end up colliding, but that's okay. I'll probably just stop here and buy another one. Okay, this is nice. This will be upgrade, and I'll just buy city quarter. Upgrade game by city quarter. I think. I mean, you can just go harder for the lurkers still. Lurkers are very good. Here I guess we just take the city corner. I could have mulled again. I mean, there are enough lurkers in here that wouldn't have been unreasonable. But Fortunately, they're not doing a whole lot here. They'll probably take the last lurker. I don't know where the split. They may have evened it up. Not exactly sure on that. Okay. Here I think I do take. Could be capital city. I mean, it could be like. Could be a lot of things. I mean, the village greens are okay too with the mole stuff. But probably you just take city quarters. This is an exceptionally good starting hand for me. Maybe game winning. We'll see. At some point you care about getting bridge trolls, but you know, you can do it anytime. That was sad. I'm trying to get to the other upgrade. And then also the poorhouse, of course. We could toss this. I mean, we could still keep going on it. It's not too scary, right? There's a city quarter in there and 2 poorhouses. So, like, there's still a reasonably good hits. And certainly things you can just mole out of if you want. And a triple lurker. We are going to be... Oh, wow. That was pretty wild. I don't really remember what the last 2 cards are, and it may be better to just mole out here. Well, okay, that didn't work so well. I think here we'll play. Yeah, that panned out pretty nicely. I'll probably score if I can this turn. Everything is going to be super low. I guess they've at least trashed it at state, so there's that. I mean, I could not lower as well. What are the odds they just have a... I mean, I don't have a finish, right? I guess I should check that. We can finish emptying city quarters and we can get poorhouses down to whatever. I'm going to say it's okay for me to take... Well, that... They have 1 upgrade. They're, right now it's at 9 and they have 5, 6, 7. So I can drop, right? I think they have 5, 6, 7. I guess if they get 10, that's 8 actually. But they would still have to upgrade in a point somehow, and I don't know they have a card that can do that. So I think we can play on a little bit here. I don't really score here unless I... That is sort of an issue. I don't score. How easy is it to me in the shuffle to score? Or to make enough money to score, I should say. We can take... Well, we could take Bridge Troll, or we can take Village Green, which seems a little... Seems pretty nice. What did I say they could do? 8, maybe? Now I'm scared. Okay. This is baloney. What am I up to now? This would be 2, 4. I guess it's always 4. There's 11. That does buy me a... There were 2 in here, though? Oh, I guess there weren't 2. I don't think they can do it. Still. I think I missed one. For some reason, I thought I had another poorhouse, but maybe I don't. Guess I don't. I don't know that they can score. That's the thing. Maybe they can. No, because they'd use their buy on that. I don't think they're gonna like put out the money here to have, say, a province. And I don't think they're gonna have a win. So I think they're basically in a spot to play for a dud as well. Which is okay for them. But I don't think they can buy province. I guess duchy maybe makes it a little awkward. Obviously, I still have lots of gaining ability here, though. Some of the gain goes away in draw, right? Okay, all they do is repay debt. This looks like a probably good enough hand to just win. Is this hidden hand? Not quite, but very close. I guess actually it is in hand. Oh wait, that's just a two. Oh no, it is a 3 pile. Just I should have not lurkered the last poorhouse. I didn't gain a poorhouse with my populate, which was a big mistake. Okay. More cost reduction stuff, but it didn't. It won't work till the stuff's empty. 5-2 would be very nice. What is astrologers? And show. Okay. But yeah, if the piles don't empty, then the paddock stuff just doesn't go anywhere, and then there's no... There's nothing happening with the inventor stuff. I don't know if you can actually play a very complicated thing here. Maybe just sentry into one paddock, some patricians, and the golds. And just make sure you're kind of in a spot where you can still, I guess if it looks like you absolutely need to be able to pivot to have more drawn gains and stuff, but we're not gonna... Yeah, I don't think it works. So you're just looking for... You're just looking for either sentry or vampire, I guess. Even trading post, not crazy. I think the thing about vampire is maybe a little slow here. Depends on how you get the attacks going, but you get to play the sentry like at the start of all the shuffles too. Guess that's true of the vampire and the bat as well, but 5-2 would be nutty here because of astrologers. Like it would already be very good, but it would be much worse if you had it for the thing. I don't think I get importer. No, I had a sense of that coming down the line. I don't like it. I don't think this stuff's gonna run, and I maybe even should play to not have it run. Importer is better due to Order of Astrologers because you don't have the turn turn 4 stuff. So it is a lot better there because of that, but it's still... How many 5s do you want? Like 3 or 4 maybe. I don't want to lose because I underplayed the board though. Because if the patricians run and then the emporiums start... If the emporiums start going, which they're actually kind of hard to score with here, depending on how many patricians. I want to lose that way. Maybe I just follow. I don't think you put both on top. I think you just put the importer on top and just let the silver fall where it may. Because I don't think you care hugely about... I mean, putting them both on top is not... I guess you could... The only thing... You could like put the estates up there, but I don't think that's a little bit fancy play probably. I guess there'd still be a little bit of a decision fork here with vampire versus sentry. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have followed and I should have played more the deck that I thought. Well, I'm still going to play that deck unless the pile situation makes it obvious that you need to do something else, but I kind of feel, wow, I wonder if they put this silver up. I mean, putting the silver on top does not, I mean, I guess it increases your chance of double fiving right here, but it's the only way it can happen, but it doesn't. I don't think it increases your chance of double fiving through the shuffle. So I assume they just didn't do it. That's unfortunate though. I guess then this begs the question. That doesn't do that, but I guess this makes me wonder if maybe you just get importer, second importer, and try and gain that way versus the vampire. They gain at a similar rate, but I guess that's true. They gain at a similar rate, but one doesn't have to be played and then trashing all that. The other thing is just to take the patricians in hopes that that's somehow good. See if we hit 5 here. I would love to see a second vampire from them, I think, in the sense that I think it's bad. So I would like to see it happen. Oh well, you can't get everything. I am bummed about them hitting the double 5, but I guess the other way of hitting the double 5 wasn't that unlikely. So it just that they had it hit this way, then there's nothing that's especially bad about it. So presumably here they'll top deck both Sentry and Vampire. We have enough of the 5 gaining that it seems possible. Well, this is terrifying. Now I'm gonna hit sad sentries. You really want, I mean, I could have spent more favors to do it. I'm not sure it's the play, but you could have. Well, I guess this isn't bad necessarily. I can spend a favor to trash a estate. A little weird. And then I do get another sentry trash in here. They have the importer and the paddock, but you only get to do one or the other. It's like you can take the Emporium just to have it, I guess. But it doesn't do that much. I think I'll probably take another sentry here. I don't know how we're playing this one. It's definitely not a super straightforward board. So this, if the Patrician is bottom deck, this I'm gonna lose. If the Patrician is on top, then I might win. Because I get to do this, which is awesome. So we might win. How many do you have to have? 5? Should I wait until I have 5? Should I buy another sentry and wait till I have 5? And then be willing to buy Emporiums or gain them. I can just take it. I don't know if lowering is in, again, I don't have as much gains as them, so heading towards the deck that plays drawn stuff is maybe a little bit. I guess the first level of unlocking it isn't that big a deal. Because that's true. Because it doesn't actually increase the amount of gain. You still have to empty the paddocks, and that's not going to unlock inventor stuff. There's no way. It'd take too long. So there may be something to just buying the Emporium. But we'll try and do that another century. We're all out of favors. They are going to be able to do this twice, right? Do they have the vampire? No, they have the bat. That's not so bad. But next turn. But next turn. I almost didn't know if I'd played enough of it. Like I needed to play the last Patrician to do it. So then I'll gain Paddock here, probably buy another Emporium, and then green the next turn. That doesn't leave me in a great spot. And it may be that I need to just gain the Paddock and go. Though that's probably not really the right amount of money to be very successful. And it won't change. Yeah, and unfortunately it won't change their ability to even up. Like they score 4 points here. And then they have Paddock, and I should probably just not lower the Emporiums if that's the... Yeah, this isn't gonna pan out. I don't think. I mean, this has to be Paddock. So I do have an Emporium, so I can trash another copper. But this is, yeah, this is rough. It will not end in a victorious me. But I don't know that I was sort of checkmated, I think. Me taking the Emporium isn't helping me. My only shot is like they have a full dud like right now. Which of course is extremely unlikely. Because now they're going to get super clean. I'm the order there doesn't seem correct to me. I mean, the gain paddock here does not seem right to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I assume you just wouldn't take paddock at all if you weren't going to gain an Emporium also. I guess they're getting I guess if they're going to buy the Emporium, they get the points from it. Makes some sense, I suppose. Anyway, I'm just super dead. Unless there's a real fluky draw. But we'll play for it. I'm getting close to the point where I'm like safe, but not in a great position to contest Cider for the championship. Not even guaranteed to be in it, but like getting close to pretty safe as far as not demoting. I think I'd have to look at the standings. Okay, so they just add another paddock there, but they don't lower anything, which seems, I don't know, a little strange to me. Not a great draw here. Good draw here though. I can't trash copper, right? It's not even. I can't even play the import. It's kind of funny. Doesn't even help me to discard. I already have all the dud stuff. I mean, it doesn't help me to have the sentry. Well, not trashing, but yeah, okay. Because I just don't. I have to play all this stuff. 1, 2, 3. Still another copper. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't get to. There's worlds where their paddock gain was weird, and by weird I mean at least in this order it's just bad. Like it could have just been a sentry. It maybe doesn't hurt them. I mean, I would say it almost definitely doesn't lose the game for them just because of the deck disparity. But it seems bad to me. Just relative to Sentry, that's all. Or even the Emporium, to be honest. But I can understand kind of wanting to squeeze a little more juice out of the Emporiums with your Vampire. So that I can kind of understand, but over Sentry it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me, though I guess if here you're like, oh, I finish and I'm safe. What am I trying to say? Okay, well, I'm saying like if it plays out here, you get through this shuffle fine, then you gain the Emporium, and then you have 2 paddocks in your deck, and that's nice. So, okay, I can believe that. I get plagued. A plague on my houses, which is not good. I do get to play my Importer this turn, which is super exciting for me. One, two, three, four. Still have to play this horse. This dumb horse. I never get to keep a horse. What's in the bottom here? It's like Patrician, Sentry, Sentry. Something like that. I guess there's 2 I guess it's worth trying to move the province out and leave the other ones. Which is how it worked. I mean, there were some odds of, I was always either going to be able to leave, I was going to be able to leave 1 of Sentry and Patrician at least on top, and we end up with 2. So that's nice. I don't think they can even have dudded. I don't think the decks have enough stop cards at this point. I'll have to take Dechi with my importer, and then probably, I probably go double Dutchy, though I don't think that's gonna rescue me. They of course have the Dutchy gaining as well, so it's not nothing I have any particular advantage in. I guess the play is to maybe get a modify. If I had more points, if I had more points, the play could be to get a modify. If I hadn't gotten, I guess I can play for a tie actually. If they province here. That's interesting. Okay, well that's something. I mean, it takes. I know we all know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the top card. The first century plate is gonna draw it. There's no question about how it's gonna go down. We already know. I don't even know how to do this part of it. Do we just take draw while we have it? If only we had a bat or a trading post or something. What way is actually the most? Because I still have to draw the modify. That's the thing. I have to gain in place. So just discarding the provinces doesn't help, right? We might as well take a hit because we have to. That or we also have to have a sentry at the end. You didn't see it, but I lifted my eyebrows twice as if to say, well, look at this. Interesting. How very interesting. I think we still just keep stuff. There is another sentry, so maybe we play for drawing that to help the patricians out. Do we need 100% hits? What is left? There's like sentry and maybe it wasn't even possible. Or do I have 4 sentries? Is it 2 sentries? Oh, that's sad. Is there a world where they dudded? No. It also doesn't work anyway, right? Because if they province, I'm not any closer. Like I have to play for them having dudded. It was it 2 sentries? Or there was still a horse. It was sentry horse. Oh my gosh. That was, I mean, I was lucky to get the curse trash, okay? So it wasn't like, I don't know that I was unlucky. The Sicko messed up because Sicko can play for just a straight win. There's nothing about Sicko's deck position that should offer me the tie. Like that's just a misplay. Because Sicko will win on a Dutchy fight, 100%. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So I don't think that was correct from Sicomatic. But I was pretty close. If one of those, one more, I guess I need, well, I didn't have to have all the patrons hit. I just needed the horse to not be bottom decked. Also, I need one, I mean, I got as many hits as I actually needed, but I needed the horse to not be bottom decked. They should not have offered me tie there. That was bad. Okay. We haven't had we've had weird boards. We haven't had a lot of just like normal boards. I don't know what I mean by that, but I stand by it. Guess you go like Tomb Remake. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not doing much here. Tumor, you can't. I meant Ratcatcher Remake, but maybe you go Border Guard Remake. I don't know what you play for in the end, because I guess you could go Border Guard Ratcatcher Tracker. I mean, you obviously want to do some trashing to get the tomb points going, but then I don't know what you play as your later on deck. I mean, you can't trash forever and ever. That's interesting as like a pouch. With pouch, you can kind of crank out some VP with Watchtower potentially. That's sort of an interesting angle for it. Maybe I should get a Watchtower now. They buy Sir Michael, which I don't think I like. But I guess I can understand it. I mean, if we're gonna play Knights, I guess we play Knights. This can draw 6, right? Guaranteed, or 5. Well, not guaranteed, but there was a chance. Yikes. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, right? Sure. Play my right catcher. I guess I should have just taken my remake whenever I had it. I'm still not. I guess we will at least draw. There is a copper or an estate remake draw is kind of sad, but the other ones are fine-ish. I think this one is fine, of course. I don't really. I don't know. I didn't really get the Michael. Having not gotten the Michael, do I think it's worth it to just take gold or what? Not like they're playing Michael a whole bunch. If I have a pouch and I can go like border guard, buy gold, that kind of stuff a couple times, then I'll feel fine about my chances. It's not like they can go beyond Michael. They can't suddenly have Destry too. I mean, that's not going to do them any good. I didn't know they had this many remakes, but okay. I would have been pretty glad to get Pouch, but guess I didn't. So they play, I'm probably losing Remake, which at this point isn't a huge deal. Okay, they didn't play it at all. I will do Remake the double silver for sure. I guess I can top deck a Watchtower as well. Is there any reason for me to lower? And doesn't, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Probably. Would have been cool to have pouch in the opening hand there, but they're really living this remake life for whatever reason. I don't quite get it. To be honest, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't understand it. My hope, of course, is that we just keep this and let the try and draw on the next, just take a province and be done with it. Jester also can backfire, right? It can be just feeding me points. You can feed yourself points as well. I mean, I guess if they have the Watchtower in hand when they play the Jester, then they can always choose if they think I have Watchtower in hand and it's a junker. But if it's green, then there's no choice, right? It may just be giving me a point. My deck may not be ready to do provinces. I could believe that. So this, and I could have instead taken like the pouch and done like a double whatever. All right, they're killing Independent George. They're killing Sir Michael. I wish I knew what I had left in my deck. Didn't know if I should just trash the remake or not. Or if I should just trash the... I don't have a huge amount of nice things to do with the remake anymore, to be honest. They're gonna help me on provinces. I feel okay-ish. I didn't really like what they were doing, but it was kind of scary. The idea was a little bit scary to me of they're gonna like do some tomb magic or something, but I mean, I guess if you do this and still, I mean, they're not buying province, so they are gonna delay. I don't know what they're doing exactly. If you're gonna come back and do this kind of stuff though, like surely you're not buying province the previous... Oh, they didn't buy province. Okay. Can I empty the provinces? With the deck I have, probably not. They don't score very much though, so it's not all bad. Score a little bit. They can score like 3 golden pretty easily, which is not nothing. 3 to 4 golden pretty easily. which obviously gets outpaced by 6, but that's only if I do it. Are they gonna follow me? Okay, they do follow. I do think in general the province buy is going to help me. Like at this stage, it does sort of feel like if they're gonna make it happen, it's got to happen on more VP chips, and that in lowering the provinces is just not correct. But what do I know? They're probably getting a nice gesture hit. They may hit gold. Gold is down here, and then I'm not sure what else. I think there's a province too, though. That would be the best hit for me by far. I don't know. I don't know if the 3 cards gets me there or not. This is something I should be able to know. I don't know if there's province and silver in there, or gold and silver in there or not. Okay, there was. Okay. Now this is interesting. This may just be a top deck plus, we'll have to see exactly what happens here with their turn. And what the jester flip, like if the jester flips gold. But this may just be like top deck border guard, trash ruins, or trash a curse, or top deck silver, and the same thing. Because this hand is not very likely to the province, and then the point, they're not really in threat yet. If I go to 39. I don't think there's any way they're going province. I don't think they're scoring 9 points and finishing. I hope not. I mean, maybe I have a misunderstanding of what their deck can do, but. So the only question for me is whether. I guess the questions are like, what's better, scouting party, top deck border guard, or by. Whatever, maybe it's scouting party. It's sad, of course, to see the border guard. I mean, with 4, I think you do both. You do the scouting party and then you top deck a border guard. I guess the nice thing here is we do score 2 points, which makes that part of it even harder for them. That's game. Okay, well, I'll take it. I think it's too fancy. Maybe what they're doing can work, but it feels too fancy. It feels too fancy to me. But in any case, thanks for watching. Glad to get 4 out of there. We'll see if we can do well against J-Nails and get into the finals with Cider. But we'll just have to see. Take care.